Hello everyone and welcome back to our page. Today we are going to be starting a new series here at Ikonart called In the Craft Test Lab. So what I'm going to be testing today is 7 different paints that I just picked up from a local hobby shop. They're just common brands, common paints. So I have 2 Delta paints and I have 1 FolkArt paint and then 4 different DecoArt paints. So what I did is I printed a stencil sheet with the different names on them of the different paints. And I am going to do 2 different tests. So the first test I'm going to do is I will take each of these stencils and add them to the mug with the appropriate paints. So these 3 paints just say to bake in the oven. This one says that it's to just let air dry for 21 days. This one doesn't say anything. I just want to try it to see what happens. And then these 2 say permanent, but they don't give any instructions on how to make it permanent. So I'm assuming you just let it air dry, and I want to see how permanent. So what I'm going to do is, on this mug, I'll apply all the paints and I'll just let it air dry. And then on this mug, I'll apply all the paints, let it air dry, and then bake it per the instructions. So all the paints will be on both mugs. So I'll basically be testing air curing and baking to cure on both mugs. And then I'll do a dishwasher test to see which paints hold up the best. So let's get into it. So I have added the names of all of these paints and made a stencil out of them so that I know which paint obviously is on the mug. So I'm just going to cut these apart and then we'll get painting. So the first one we're going to do is FolkArt Enamel. This one says air dry for 21 days or bake. Place in a cool oven, heat to 350, bake 30 minutes, cool in oven, remove. All right, the next one is DecoArt Enamel, gloss enamel. And this one says, allow to cure 4 days, place in a cool oven, set temperature to 325 and bake for 30 minutes. Cool with oven door partially opened. So the next one is CeramCoat Select. So Delta actually makes 2 different CeramCoat options. One is just CeramCoat and then one is CeramCoat Select. So I'm going to be testing both of these. So the first one that we'll do is CeramCoat Select. So on the back of the CeramCoat Select one, it says to cure, air dry for 21 days or bake, without any instructions about how to bake. And then on the regular one, it doesn't say anything about being permanent or curing or anything like that, but I just wanted to test it anyways since it's, called CeramCoat. But so next I'm going to try the DecoArt Pearls. And this one doesn't say anything about baking or curing, it just says permanent on the back. So I thought I would give it a try. Next is DecoArt Multi-Surface acrylic paint. So this one also says to allow to dry for 4 days, then place in a cool oven, set temperature to 325 and bake for 30 minutes. Cool with oven door partially opened. Self-sealing. And the last one that I'm going to try is DecoArt's Enchanted. And on the back of this one, it also just says that it's permanent, but it doesn't say anything about curing it or baking it or anything else. It just says permanent. So try this one too. All right, so I have all of the names of the different paints painted on both of these mugs with the matching paint, of course. And I'm going to air dry this one. I am going to cure this one in the oven. And then I'll run them both through the dishwasher and do a dishwasher top rack test. Some of the paints that say to bake do say that they are dishwasher top rack safe. So we'll give it a test and check back in with you in a few days. All right, it's been a few days, so now I'm just going to bake one of the mugs. So I put the mug in the cold oven and let it come up to temp with the oven while it preheats, because I don't want to put a cold mug in a hot oven. So I just let it come up to temp while it preheats, and then after the oven preheated, I am going to bake it for 30 minutes. And then once it is done baking for the 30 minutes, I'm just going to turn off the oven and open the door and let the mug completely cool in the oven with the door open. So once that is done, we can do a dishwasher test after that. So it's been 21 days and we can finally do the dishwasher test. So I have one mug that I baked and the other mug that I just cured for 21 days. And we'll put it in the dishwasher and see what happens. Okay, so here are the results of the test. So this mug I baked in the oven and then ran through the dishwasher twice. And this mug I let air cure for 21 days and then I also ran it through the dishwasher twice. So here are the results. So for the one that I air cured, I'm just going to do a fingernail test on. So the CeramCoat looks okay, but it definitely peels off with my fingernail, so that's not good. The Pearls seems pretty durable, so that was with air curing. The DecoArt Multi-Surface, you can see in some spots it wore off in the dishwasher. Enchanted, DecoArt Enchanted looks pretty good. I can get it off with my fingernail, but it's a lot more durable. Well, I guess not. Kind of scrapes easy there. FolkArt Enamel washed off completely. And CeramCoat Select looks pretty good, but again, I can scrape it off with my fingernail. And DecoArt Enamels washed off completely. So I would say for air curing, the only one that seems even remotely durable is the DecoArt Pearls. If I really try, I can scrape it off with my fingernail, but it's definitely more durable than the rest of them. So I would say for air curing, no thank you. And then for the mug that I baked, they all stayed on, none washed away. Again, I ran this through my top shelf of my dishwasher twice. And they all look pretty good. So now we'll just do the fingernail test. So Delta CeramCoat. Again, if I try hard enough, I can scrape it off, but I have to push pretty hard. The Pearls, pretty much the same as air curing. It's pretty durable. The DecoArt Multi-Surface looks really nice. Again, I can scrape it off with my fingernail, but it's pretty durable. Enchanted. Is pretty durable again. FolkArt Enamel. I would say is pretty good. CeramCoat Select. Oh, that definitely comes off easier than the other ones. And DecoArt Enamel. Ooh, that one's nice. So I would say for this one, the Pearls, again, is pretty durable. I would say the Pearls seems the most durable out of all of them. The DecoArt, so the Pearls is good. The DecoArt Multi-Surface, I would also say, is pretty good. I mean, you can get it off with your fingernail, but it's pretty solid. Enchanted, I don't know, it just kind of feels matte, and I don't know, I just don't really love that one. This FolkArt Enamel one as well works pretty good. You can scrape it off, but it's pretty good. And then the DecoArt Enamel one seems to be a little more sturdy than the FolkArt one, I would say. And the CeramCoat came off pretty easy, which surprises me. I thought that this one would be a little bit better. So if you would nick that or something, it probably would come off pretty easy, whereas if you would nick, say, like this DecoArt Enamel one, it seems much more durable. So I would say if I had to choose, I would probably go with the DecoArt line. They seem to be the most durable, and I would definitely bake. Air curing would certainly be hand wash only, and I would probably really only recommend the Pearls for air curing. I don't know. Just seems like these would kind of scrape easy. Enchanted isn't terrible, but all right, so that's the result of the ceramic mug test. Here are my 3 recommendations: DecoArt Americana Pearls, DecoArt Americana Multi-Surface Satin, and DecoArt Americana Gloss Enamels. These are all available at your like local hobby shop, like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever. So there you go.